Hello friends! Welcome to channel Reza Blade. I am, as always, your friendly neighborhood Reza. New friends and old, if you like my videos or this video in particular, please gently tap that like button, clickety-clack that notification bell, and please leave a kind comment below. Perhaps telling me what your favorite look from this video is, or a technique that you might want to see me do more of. Those little things really help out my small channel, and I am off hiatus, so I'm doing my best to grow my channel, and I'd love it if you enjoy my channel, if you'd help me out. Today's a different video than I've done before for the Maniology Mani by Me monthly subscription boxes. Normally I do one of my exhaustive Mani by Me box reviews. I'll do a total inspo dump post. One of my exhaustive kind of things. And this isn't that, but what it is meant to be is a quick idea engine to make expressive nail art using February's Mani by Me box. Mixed media art was the theme, and you will be the judge of how I do. I hope I pass muster. If you dig it, please consider subscribing. I have a lot of past content, and I'm, as I said, just ending a hiatus. So you will get that notification. I also do oodles, scads, a plethora of live streams on YouTube, and sometimes I do live Facebook Live on Butometry's page. So I'm going to just sort of start getting these plates under the camera. Normally I try to be impartial to which plate is which. I don't. This ology thing, people have reported that this is pretty much a across the board error, so don't worry, it's not going to ruin your Mani. Anyway, so these are MXM095 and 096, and I vastly prefer 096 of the two. So showing you the other plate, these can be harder if you're older. I wear bifocals, or whatever, progressives, and I had to use like a little mini looking glass thing to see these a little bit better. They can be a little hard to see, but once you see them, they're really cool. You just have to get the details right. So for example, I used this image to do a gradient. So I did some pink up here, some purple down here, some blue periwinkle down here, and I put it on a nail. All down on a brown, I believe. Anyway, so we've got like a typewriter, and all of these are very kind of tropical elements. We've got a megaphone with all sorts of words and lightning bolts coming out of it. That's pretty cool. This looks like a woman with something across her eyes. This one I couldn't quite figure out, but oh, it's a person on a phone. Oh my goodness, you see that arm and that hand, and then there are butterflies. Loving it. Okay, so there were these two too, and there is that one. The thing about this 96 plate is we've got a bunch of alphabets. We've got a bunch of letters. You can do that kind of, have you ever seen the logo for the movie poster for Serial Mom? It's all like that cut out of magazines kind of look. I love this. I love these small motifs. I love these little abstract pieces of like little shapes. I love these. I used a lot of them. If you look at this sample Mani that I've done, I used a lot of color blocking here to kind of accentuate the patterns that I was working with. And I did cheat by using another Maniology plate for the tiny flowers. But other than that, this is all freehand and the plate. So really enjoyed doing these. That is my first Mani to show you. Maybe you'll want to let me know which one you prefer. I'm going to put this down, but I do really want to talk about these frames. Here's a bunch of images, word heavy imagery. Now I will show you, you do have to kind of work at that because, let me pull up this one. I used that like love, world, etc. Like I used it on, I did this over a smush marble that I had applied to the nail, but I didn't really love it because I couldn't see the words from afar. and it just kind of turns into a blob of shapes. So still pretty colors, still something I might wear, but I did want to show you all what happens there. All right, and we should move along. So many of you know that these nails aren't they aren't new for me. Mixed media nail art is something that I do a lot, and I'm very excited about, very enthusiastic about, I guess is the real way to say it. Funny, I always give you a little bit of an art history lesson, whether you want it or not. Mixed media arts origins lie in the early 20th century with the Cubist collages and constructions by Picasso and Georges Braque. Over time it's changed, of course, but I think it's gotten very acceptable and approachable. I did this with my standard parchment colored smush marble, and then I thought this might look like a city skyscape in my brain, and I just put nope. So I don't know what that means. I just was inspired. So anyway, but over the years, multimedia art has gotten very accessible and approachable to experts and beginners. It presents an absolutely unique look, and I think it usually evokes emotion, at least in my own experience. Hey, remember the scrapbooking craze of the 90s and early aughts? That was effectively multimedia art. They were cutting out 3D shapes, they were using photographs and, pasting them in, making collages. Scrapbooking is multimedia art. So if you think of it and you're not really loving multimedia, these plates or whatever, think about them in combination with other plates, okay? So you can use these elements to enhance a mani with images that let's say you love a big star image, but you don't know what to do with it. Well, maybe you can make a mixed media nail art mani. All right, I'm going to show you my other manicure before I go on. Sorry about my crooked pinky. It grows crooked. Usually with a falsie I can get it right, but there was no doing it today. So I did use, this wasn't on the plates. It was really important to me this time to use the colors that Maniology sent in a mani, just to see how it turned out. And I hope you'll all agree. This white is all dry brushing underneath. And this says fly. I really hope it's legible because it was the butterflies and fly and blah, blah, blah. And then this one, I gave myself permission to mess around with, to do something really more abstract and clean. And for this dark green, what I used was, et voila, we have Crisp B349. All right, so that's what I used for these butterflies. All right, so hope you like those. Tell me what you like better. Let's get to the swatches. Well, okay, so the one thing I wanted to address before is I've been lurking kind of in the Maniology group, and I've seen that there has been some concern about how to use these plates. So hopefully I can make you feel as artsy-fartsy as I do when I'm brainstorming with these plates. This one, I had like a camel and a base gold. I did a border. And then here, I combined two images. Here's the typewriter with the topiary. And then here is a woman kind of leaning on on the typewriter. I assume she's having a moment of writer's block. I'm very familiar with that. So that is the first long one I'm going to show you. Here is the gradient that I was talking about before. I used a brown, a very dark brown base with, I don't know where I got the dots from, something. But then I used this image with, 3 different colors to, and then I scraped them kind of together at certain points. But to make a really kind of abstract nail that's really fun, I would absolutely wear this look, especially in spring. Looks very springy to me. And apparently I have knocked over my, what's it called? So, time to tell you what I'm up to with these. Oh, I'm going to have to edit over this and tell you what the name of this color is and the number. Let's see. Also no number. I really hope it's somewhere. I haven't really done much with these. Kind of nervous. Usually they do put the labels on the bottom. Anyway, so here's how those turned out. This guy was essentially a one coater for the green. I did two just to make sure it was a little bit of a lighter lime in some areas. And then of course I did a swatch with black and white on both. This gray is stamping well over both black and white. This green is doing better over white, but it is no slouch over the black. There used to be times when I would swatch Maniology's polishes over black in any old color and it would just disappear. So I'm very pleased with the direction that Maniology is going with their stamping polishes, stamping over black. So I explained these two swatches to you. I'm also going to show you the swatch papers. Don't worry about it. It is coming. And this was just really sort of, I don't even know what to say about it. I did some, not quite dry brushing, but some just general strokes down here over the yellow. And then I did 3 different patterns from the various 2 stamping plates, and I ended up with this, and I kind of like it. Let me know what you think. Which of the tiny little swatches is your favorite? I showed you my Nope City Skyline. I showed you my gradient long nail and my other long nail. There's not a lot left to show you. This one, don't ask me what I was trying to do, because by the time I was halfway through I had forgotten what I was trying to do. This is supposed to be lavender or something, but it really didn't work out. If I had just kept the frame and maybe one of the purple flowers, that might have worked better, I think. We all learn from our mistakes. I hope you're enjoying this. I guess this is kind of working like one of my regular old Mani by Me videos, so if you missed those, welcome back. So here are a few little just, I did this plain green over yellow so you could see. Sometimes the details really do need a very high contrast colors, a simple layout. You know, a lot of times I will break these pieces apart. Like I would totally use this square with an eye and an eyebrow in it as an image in itself, and I would paste it somewhere as a collage, right? So we can pick and paste. This cherries one I really like. I did some bright dry brushing. I stamped, this red is from this again. So, and then I did it on the top too. This color blocking with the black, now that was, I used tape. Tape. I love to use tape. You want to make sure that your nail polish is totally cured if you're using Scotch tape for color blocking. Okay, so this was weird. I don't know what I was doing. It was 3 o'clock in the morning when I made this guy. So I wanted to use some weird polishes I had gotten. I used this, you see this kind of striped image here. This, believe it or not, that is from this part of this stamp. I just wanted to use those stripes. So I used those stripes at the top, and then my text here says, I love OJ. And I get a little orange slice. And then I think this is some other stamping. But so there's another one I had fun with. These two I had a lot of fun with. I really expected this to be easier than it was. These did not quite turn out the way I wanted to. I used this long image that is a very easy image, but I would really challenge you. I used it with silver and lavender. I think the colors were too close. I'd go black and white or some other kind of complementary color. Blue and orange, yellow and purple, green and red. You know the deal. You've seen my color theory videos, and if you haven't, check out my channel. I have a bunch of cool stuff about color theory. And its application in nail art. So let's get to the, if you have any specific questions about something I did, like as the practicum, like specifically, what did you do with the brush, or what did you do with this thing? Let me know. I tried to give you a general idea of what I did, but I've got to make this video less than half an hour if I can. We're going to go now to the area of the phase of the video where I show you how well Maniology plates stamp. I stamp all the images. This is from MXM095. I stamp all of the images on the plate, and normally I go into them, but I kind of already went there, although hello, I didn't see that fish with my naked eye. So that's pretty cool. And I actually, now that I look at her, I really like her too. It'll teach me to, maybe I should get out a magnifying glass every time I get one of these plates. Anyway, so these are really neat. I really wish I had done something with her now that I see what that is. And the hands do confuse me, the New York or big city hands. But, I mean, surrealists, essentially, I mean, the Cubists and surrealists were like that. Surrealists essentially helped with this whole style. And we're going to go to the alphabet. You're going to want to use that technique I taught you a few videos ago, where if you've got fine lines or a tiny little image, you put your stamping polish down and you give it a good 1 Mississippi or 2 Mississippi before you scrape it, and then immediately pick it up. Okay, so and that will help it like sort of seep down into the bits and pieces of that stamp so you can get the whole image. All right, so let's see, I have more things to show you. I have all of these. I don't know. I probably was just trying to get used to get rid of a pink. I have such interesting videos coming up. You have to subscribe. I am going to do a twist on the glazed donut nails that everybody's been doing since last summer. And I think you'll enjoy that. Anyway, so here are a bunch of images, and here's some text, and here, again, vision. That may have worked well with that glasses image that I saw on another plate, perhaps. Weren't there glasses? I could just be off my rocker. Oh, goodness. Maybe no glasses. Oh, well. That's fine. And then we have these images down here. I really like the postage mark, the postmark. That's really great. I like the coffee cup. Here's some lips. I did use this arm right here, if you can see it. Tell me what you think. I really do like these. I hope you like them too. And I hope the fly actually shows up. So, and there we are. So, told you, I mean, did I tell you exactly how, like, so this color blocking, I didn't use Scotch tape for. I wanted a very organic look. So this one used Scotch tape, this one used Scotch tape, but for everything else, I just freehanded the blobs of color, and then I stamped on top of them. That little V stamping, that is from these plates as well. So, same with this one. This was done by hand. And this base polish was from a polish pickup that has long since passed. And then I did some polka dots over here just to, I don't know, I like this one. Let me know what you think of these. So, new stuff coming from me. So, more giveaways. I have a giveaway going on right now. I don't know when this film was going to release, probably Friday morning. But I have a video going, I have a giveaway going on right now. Check it out. It is one of the first videos you're going to come to on my page. It is a, I think it's on a My Mani box unboxing. That's the Butometry box. This is the Spring Break box. And what I'm giving away is a peel-off base coat from Hit the Bottle, which is awesome. And then also a plate I cannot find within the next 10 seconds. So, because of course I put it somewhere safe. Because, And if I put it somewhere safe, I won't find it for a while. Anyway, hope you love this one. I'm gonna keep doing those lives occasionally where I use fortune telling methods to determine what random nail art I'll do in front of you, like a kind of a dog and pony show, but with nail art. So tell me if you like that. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining me. Like, comment, and subscribe. That way you can get in all the good and you can help me out, and I'll be sending more stuff your way. I'm super excited to be back. Tell me what you think of this one. I'll be working on the Alice one too, as well as some other stuff from other brands. I do not favor any one brand. So, although I do a lot of really fun work with Butometry, and Therese is awesome to work with. So, this is an info dump. Anyway, if you follow my life, things have gotten even worse. The car is totally dead. I'm housebound for, I don't know, forever. There's some other stuff. My phone and camera were stolen, which is why I haven't made a video until today. So, wish me luck, wish me better luck. And I can't wait to see you all again. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this. Bye-bye.